Well, folks, as you know, I love one show on TV more than any show on TV. The View. Gary! I love that she's trying to make an anti-Trump argument. She's like, I can say anything I want. And she's like, I'm going to say something super racist. They're all like, oh, man.
All right, friends, let's dive into a show that I've got some pretty mixed feelings about. You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, it's The View. The one and only daily parade of wild opinions, awkward moments, and constant, wait, did they really just say that?
If you kick every Latino out of this country, then who is going to be cleaning your toilet, Donald Trump?
And if you're thinking daytime TV couldn't get any crazier, well, buckle up, because clearly you haven't been watching this closely enough.
I've had a lifelong ambition to actually be a guest on The View. They'll never have me on, of course, because it would go...
Let's jump right into some of the most cringeworthy moments from The View. You know, the kind where brain power seems to vanish faster than a slow Wi-Fi connection. So buckle up, because we're about to hit some major facepalm moments. But hey, before we get started, could I ask a tiny favor? If you're enjoying this video, please take a second to like it and hit that subscribe button. It really means a lot. Thank you so much. Now back to the fun. First up, let's talk about one of the show's most infamous blunders ever caught on camera. A mistake so epic it's beyond words. We're talking about when one of the hosts, I'll let you guess who, dropped a wildly inappropriate comment about Latinos. Ready for it? If you kick every Latino out of this country, who is going to clean your toilet, Donald Trump? Yikes.
If you kick every Latino out of this country, then who is going to be cleaning your toilet, Donald Trump?
Oh no, she didn't. Oh, wait. Yeah, she totally did. And honestly, what's worse? That she actually said it, or that she thought she was delivering some kind of bold anti-Trump mic drop? The entire panel was cringing so hard. I'm surprised their faces didn't get stuck like that permanently. But nope, the damage was already done. Congrats, you've officially earned a spot on the top 10 list of things you should never say on live TV.
Build a giant wall. Education? Wall.
I mean, come on. The irony here is just too much. She's standing there thinking, I'm gonna take Trump down. But instead she ends up saying, well, something that really makes you wonder what other golden nuggets of bad judgment have been edited out over the years. And let's be real, poor decisions on The View don't just stop at words. Bad judgment extends to some questionable hairstyles too. But I'll let that slide for now. You know who you are. Safe to say, her hair wasn't the only bad call she made that day. Now, let's switch things up and dive into a darker, and let's be honest, dumber chapter in the show's history. Whoopi Goldberg, a woman who somehow manages to be both smug and wrong all at once, decided one day to drop this bombshell.
Well, also, if you're going to do this, then let's be truthful about it, because the Holocaust isn't about race. No, it's not about race.
Excuse me. What? Like, what do you even say to that? I'll tell you exactly what should have been said. Ask the Nazis. The entire Holocaust was all about race. That's not up for debate. It's just a fact. They didn't care if someone was practicing Judaism or not. If you had so-called Jewish blood, you were a target. The Holocaust is literally the definition of a racist genocidal campaign. Whoopi's take wasn't just clueless, it was flat out offensive. Like, how did she even arrive at that conclusion? This isn't some deep, abstract philosophical discussion. This is basic, well-known world history. The kind of thing you really shouldn't mess up on TV.
Stupid beyond all measure. The Holocaust was not about race. Ask the Nazis. The entire Holocaust was about race. All of it.
Oh, so it's like bumping someone's car in a parking lot now? No, Whoopi. It was systematic, racially motivated attempts to completely annihilate an entire people. When you reduce the Holocaust to just some vague, generic act of cruelty, you're completely downplaying the horrific scale of what happened. It's ignorant, it's disgusting, and completely dishonest, and it's just plain wrong.
I love that she's trying to make an anti-Trump argument. She's like, I can say anything I want. And she's like, I'm going to say something super racist. They're all like, oh, man.
And let's not forget, this is the same Whoopi Goldberg who seems to think that everything and everyone is racist, except apparently the actual Holocaust. Bravo! But hold on, we're just getting started. Next up, Whoopi wades into the abortion debate. Buckle up for this one. She turns to the man on the panel and says, "None of you have any eggs, so how dare you talk about what a fetus wants?"
Do any of you men have any eggs or the possibility of carrying a fetus? How dare you talk about what a fetus wants? You have no idea.
Oh yeah, the good old "you don't have ovaries, so you don't get an opinion" argument. Well, let's unpack this, shall we? First off, major transphobia alert. Aren't we being told that gender is fluid these days? So, Whoopi, are you saying that only people with eggs can have an opinion? Are you suggesting that some women can't be men and some men can't be women unless they get ovaries?
Are you saying that some women can't be men and some men can't be women? Are you saying that unless you have eggs, you're not a woman? Is that what you're saying, Whoopi Goldberg?
Careful there. That's a pretty slippery slope in today's world. Might want to rethink that logic. And while we're on the subject, does this mean postmenopausal women don't get a say either? Because last time I checked, Whoopi herself isn't exactly in childbearing years. Should she sit this one out too? I mean, if we're going to apply her logic consistently, right? But the real kicker is her argument about fetuses.
I can have an opinion on what a fetus would think because I was once a fetus. In fact, spoiler alert, all of us were once fetus. Every single one of us.
And then there was the whole race conversation at the Miss Universe pageant. Zazabini Tunzi from South Africa gave a really heartfelt speech about how she grew up in a world where women with her skin and hair weren't seen as beautiful. Totally valid point, right? She said it beautifully.
She said, "I grew up in a world where a woman who looks like me with my kind of skin and my kind of hair was never considered beautiful."
But of course, leave it to Joey Bear to make things awkward for chiming in with, "Do her words resonate with you at all because, you're a black person?" Oh boy, it's like she reached deep into her stash of liberal white guilt and pulled out the most cringeworthy line possible. Go ahead and speak for all black people now, please. You can practically feel the eye rolls happening all around. And that's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to The View's intellectual wasteland. And it's not just Whoopi. The View is like a group effort of facepalms. Case in point, at one point, Joy Behar actually argued that we should rethink terms like blackmail and black sheep because they contain the word black.
It's interesting that a lot of the English language has to be rethought. Blackmailing is negative, black sheep, negative.
Yeah, similarly, we use the term raising a white flag for signifying defeat. What if someone claims that calling surrender a white flag is racist against white folks? That discussion would not only never end, but would be extremely pointless as well. Apparently, according to The View, young people today don't even learn about slavery, Jim Crow, or Franklin D. Roosevelt anymore.
Kids in this country are learning our history. They're not learning about slavery. They're not learning about Jim Crow. They don't understand the history of black Americans in this country.
What is she even talking about? We all learned about slavery, Jim Crow, and FDR in school. It's practically hammered into us. If anything, the real issue is that the curriculum has swung too far toward identity politics, and that students might know more about microaggressions than, actual history. And don't even get me started on their political takes. They actually had the nerve to say that the Republican Party had shifted way more to the right than Democrats have to the left.
If you look at all the studies, the Republican Party has moved further to the right than Democrats have to the left.
In the end, watching The View feels like some kind of strange social experiment, pushing the limits of ignorance while getting away with it live on television. Every episode is a goldmine of bad takes, misinformation, and ideological blind spots. And yet, somehow, the show keeps going. Why? Because people love a good train wreck, and The View is nothing if not a daily derailment of reason. Thanks for sticking with me through this wild ride of nonsense. Let me know in the comments what moment bothered you the most. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe. You never know when The View will serve up another gem for us to tear apart.